Hey, what's going on, guys? So I was sitting here doing a little bit of research for my potential trip later on this summer to St. Kitts in the Caribbean, and I thought, let me go ahead and hit the record button to give you guys a little insight into the process I go through when it comes to booking a flight, either with cash or with points and miles, because booking a flight with points and miles can be either really easy or it can be really complex. So in this example, I'm using Cathay Pacific Asia miles for my potential flight, and it can definitely vary depending on where you're flying to and where you're flying from, which airline that you're trying to take. So a lot can go into it. So this is just one example, but down the line, I do plan on doing some more of these type of walkthrough videos with more specific airline and their partners. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give me some places that you are looking to travel to, and maybe I will do a little video on that, on how to potentially book that flight. So let's go and jump into it. All right, guys. So first thing I usually do when booking a flight with either cash or points and miles is I always come to Google Flights first, just because they have a lot of good information where you can start from. So I already have everything in here. I landed at St. Kitts Monday, August sometime, just kind of a random week that I picked for now. But if you look at the calendar, it's pretty much consistent throughout the entire summer, roughly $450. And as you can see, pretty much American is the only airline servicing this route. Now, I'm not sure if that's because COVID and a lot of airlines have just cut back on routes to St. Kitts, or if this is normal, but American Airlines looks like it's going to be the move for our trip. And then if you click here, you'll see that, typical price is around maybe closer to $700 for this flight. So you're already getting a pretty decent deal if you're going to pay just with cash. Now, if you want to look at business, it's going to be a little bit more, $700. Also not too bad. It's about a 5-hour flight, including a little 50-minute layover in Miami for me. So $700 is not too bad for a business class, but for such a short flight, I'm probably just gonna stick with economy. I'm not too concerned with business class for this. So let's see, if you're gonna pay $456 cash, let's see how much it's going to be if we were to use the Chase Ultimate Rewards, the travel portal. So let me bring up my calculator real quick. So 456, and let's see what it's gonna be if we had, say, the Chase Sapphire Preferred. We're going to divide that by 0.125. So, and it's going to be about 36,480 Ultimate Reward points if we were to book this through the Chase Travel Portal with the Sapphire Preferred card. Now, if we had the Sapphire Reserve card, it's going to be less than that. There will be 30,400. So you'll save about 6,000 points if you had the Chase Sapphire Reserve over the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. So that's with the Chase cards and how much it's going to cost of cash. Let's go to the American Airlines website and see what this flight's looking like. So like I said, I already have it pulled up, same date range, August 9th. And you see, in terms of, cash, it's going to be the same that what Google says, but in terms of miles, if you were to book this using your miles with American Airlines, it's only going to cost you 20,000 miles for the whole round trip, plus the $75 surcharge for taxes and fees and stuff. So pretty good. I mean, you're saving quite a bit compared to using your Chase Sapphire cards. And then business is only 45,000. It looks like they have a promo going on, so that's why it's kind of cheap right now. Web special. I'm not sure how long this is going to last, but normally it's going to cost you 30,000 miles for the main cabin, and then same kind of special going on with the business class as well. But here's the thing, with American Airlines, they don't have any transfer partners with credit cards. Their only transfer partner is Marriott Bonvoy, actually. And there's a few tools that you can use to determine, which airline goes to a specific credit card. One is going to be upgraded, or uscreditcardguide.com. Great little website here. But they have a little chart here that you can get to if you click on the points and miles section up here, and then go down to points and miles transfer chart. But you'll see American Airlines right here only goes to Marriott Bonvoy. And then if you actually go down here to the Marriott Bonvoy line in the middle and highlight that little line leading up to American Airlines, will tell you the exact ratio that points transfer from. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio from Marriott Bonvoy to American Airlines. But here's the thing, is you do get like a 5,000 mile bonus once you transfer 60,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. So that's why the ratio is showing at 3 to 1.25. All right, so that's US Credit Card Guide. That's one little tool that you can use when trying to find which airlines match up with the credit cards. Another great website to use is awardhacker.com. And I think this is also actually owned by US Credit Card Guide. Yeah, it's also owned by US Credit Card Guide. So another great tool here. So here you can enter in where you want to fly to. All right, so we're going to St. Kitts, and it'll populate all the airlines that you can use miles for in order to book that flight. So you can enter in your information if you want to do a round trip or one way, economy, premium, business, first class, all in there. How many stops you want to do, this is also kind of important right now. And then if you want to kind of filter out any specific credit card programs or airlines, you can do that as well. But I always keep it as any, just to get as many options as I can. Now, the stops. So right now, due to COVID, as you can see up here, many routes are no longer available at the moment. So if you don't see your see anything in the search results, try changing up to 2 stops to show more results. So you definitely want to do that right now. Even if you see results, go ahead and add up to 2 stops because, you know, like it says, a lot of routes have been completely eliminated. So you may be able to get a cheaper rate right now. It's just going to add 1 additional spot or stop. So one example, like if I were to go to Tokyo right now, you see that it should be ANA. Yeah, ANA for 55,000 miles, and that's if I have 2 stops selected. But if I were to do just 1 stop, the ANA is not going to show. So you got to, weigh those, pros and cons. If you want to do an additional stop for the lower miles, or if you want to just pay more miles for just 1 stop, that's completely up to you. But I like having just, having the option to seeing everything essentially. All right, so let's go back to St. Kitts real quick. All right, so here we are with St. Kitts. This is Cathay Pacific, and they're saying it's going to cost you at least 20,000 Cathay Pacific miles. Looks like just 1 stop. It should just be 1 stop. And it's, of course, operated by American Airlines. American Airlines and Cathay Pacific are partners, airline partners. And then we have transferable from. So this tells you which credit cards you can transfer your points from to Cathay Pacific in order to redeem these miles. So we have membership reward points, thank you points, Marriott Bonvoy points, and Capital One points. So pretty much everything except for Chase Ultimate Reward points. Now then when we click on this guy here, it will show you some additional information for booking this flight. So first you have how to search for the actual award ticket. Saying pretty much you just go to the Cathay Pacific Asian Miles website, or you can call these phone numbers in order to book. I'm not sure if they're both for US. Usually it's like a US number and a out of country number. So I would just start with the Asian Miles website first, and they'll probably provide you a phone number depending on where you're located from. And here's some other options for looking up some of these awards availability, but we're just gonna stick with this for now. And they'll just give you some other information. The credit card ratio to Cathay Pacific. It's going to show you, that's pretty much it really. Show you the routes as well. Routes could be kind of important depending on, depending on how you want to book. If you're doing something more complex, and depending on some award availability charts, you may have to fly from a specific airport in order to actually use it. I'll go over this a little bit later in another video, but routes could be kind of important for you later on. So let's just move on from there. Here's some other airlines, Japan Airlines. You'll see a lot of them are just, Marriott Bonvoy, American. That's what we're just looking at. Cathay Pacific. I'm not sure what this is. There's some other ones here, but Cathay Pacific. All right. So if we were to go back to step 1 here, and if I were to click this Cathay Pacific Asian Miles link, it'll take you to an Asian Miles web page, but it was kind of a funky web page, and I didn't want to start from there. So I just went straight to AsianMiles.com, which is Cathay Pacific's awards website. Now you do have to have a login for this. So go ahead and create an account. It's totally free to do. You have to have it in order to actually redeem awards. You can look at rewards. And then you want to do redeem awards up here, flight awards. And you can do miles only, or if you want to do miles and cash, you can do that as well. And then you have the flight award chart here too, if you want to look that up. So the Asian Miles award chart is based on miles, and of course it's separated by class. So pretty standard stuff here. It'll tell you all the airline partners and so if you want to do first class, business, and economy class, you'll see all the airlines that do that. one-way premium economy class. Only a few airlines do that. So it'll give you all that type of information here. But we know it's going to be roughly, what I say, at least 20,000 miles based on the Award Hacker. So let's see what we got here. Atlanta to St. Kitts. So you have the option to do standard award, if you have a companion ticket award, or if you already have seats with Cathay Pacific, this is what you would click on here, the upgraded award section, to upgrade your actual seat. So we're just doing a standard award right now with the round trip. Sutter Airline, American Airlines. As we saw, that's the only airline flying out of Atlanta. And then you can select if you want to do economy, business, or first class. So we know they don't have first class. All they have is economy or business. But you just select one of these, and then it's going to ask you to submit this request. So pretty much you submit it to Cathay Pacific, and then they'll get back to you within 24 hours of different options on what flights you want to take. They'll kind of hook you up with a actual representative. So it actually may be faster for Asian Miles to just call them ahead of time instead of having to go through the emails. Just make sure when you do call them, have your flight information that you're looking to take, available so that you can get that information to them, just to kind of speed things along. But that's pretty much it for Asia Miles. But I would definitely do some more videos on some other airlines and try how to book some award seats as well. And I do want to go over very quickly a couple of tools, resources, websites that I use when booking award seating. First one is going to be expertflyer.com. So expertflyer.com is a website that will tell you award seating availability on specific flights. So here we have it right now up on the search page. I got to the search page by coming up to just awards and upgrades over here on the left. So I got my information in there: Atlanta, St. Kitts, August 9th to August 14th. The time just says 12 a.m. That's pretty much any flight as early as 12 a.m. throughout the day. So it'll list everything starting from 12 a.m. And then you want to select your airline. Now, actually, let me go back to the day tour. Well, I'll go do this later. So select your airlines, and then you want to select which class that you're trying to take. So with American Airlines, they're just doing regular coach. So if you go back to American Airlines website, so you kind of want to have this information already pulled up when you're searching on Expert Flyer, unless you just know it off the top of your head. And if you click on the details right here, it'll tell you the booking code. So like I said, they have a web special main cabin and a regular main cabin. So booking code Y is for the web special, booking code T is for main cabin. So go back to Expert Flyer and you'll see these codes right here, Y and T. Now you want to select, we're going to go with the Y code and then hit search. Okay. No, I think I had I think I had this loaded up for too long, so it kind of kicked me out. So let's go back and redo it all. August 9th, 14th, American Airlines. And this is just one example, guys. Like I said, I can do more, I guess, complex videos a little bit later. But for the sake of this video, let's go ahead and hit search. Now, typically when you're searching for coach award seating, there's usually plenty, right, of award seating for coach. Usually. They're saying they only have actually 7 seats, so that's actually kind of much lower than I thought. So it's actually kind of weird. So here you go. So it'll tell you the available classes, coach, anytime award, it's the Y, how many seats, and yeah, these are the flights that we're looking at, all right? I think it was like 5:54 to 3:09 p.m. So yeah, that's the one we were looking at. So that's how you use Award Hacker. Now, typically it's really only, I'll say, useful if you're trying to fly like business class or first class, because those seats are very, very limited compared to like coach award seating. But it does cost a monthly fee to use Expert Flyer. It's $4.99. Let me log out and show you guys the actual subscriptions. So it's $4.99 for the basic, and then $10 per month for the premium. Now, with the premium, you do get a little bit more flexibility and automation here. So first of all, you have flight availability alerts. So if you're looking for a specific award seat, it'll just alert you automatically when one opens up. So it's definitely kind of handy to have, so you don't have to keep completely, coming back here every day manually searching for these things. You just get the alert. And then another good benefit of the premium is that you get the flexible searching up plus or minus 3 days from your travel dates. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely another option. And you also get to choose different award classes in your search. So when I just did that search, I could only search for coach in that Y code. But if you had the premium, you can add additional classes if you wanted to do that. So I think it's pretty much worth it to really get that the $10 one, and you don't have to keep it, long term, maybe like a couple months depending on when you're traveling and what you're looking for. But yeah, that's pretty much Expert Flyer. So I'll do some more videos involving this, maybe a little bit more detailed walkthrough with some more examples of some flights. And there are a few airlines. I'll talk about this more in the my detailed walkthrough of Expert Flyer. There are some airlines that don't actually work with Expert Flyer. One is like Cathay Pacific isn't on Expert Flyer, and I think Japan Airlines is also not here though. So I'll talk about that a little bit later. So out of all the major websites, The Point Guy, 1 Mile at a Time, Doctor of Credit, Upgraded Points is probably my favorite when it comes to actually showing you how to use your points and miles that you actually earn. So if you go up here, use points section right here, you'll see different guides on how to use your flexible credit card points, your airline points, your hotel points, award booking guides, so how to book flights on specific airline partners. So very great little website here. So if we were to go to Asia Miles, if we just search it up here, I think this should be dropped down. Yep, so there's a drop down. Let's just go to the results page here. And you want to do something like 13 ways to redeem Cathay Pacific Asia Miles for max value. So they'll have like this for pretty much every airline there is, right? So you click on that, and they'll give you a lot of different examples on flights that you can possibly take from different countries, US, Asia, just all over the place. But what we really want is to come down here, booking awards flights on Cathay Pacific. So they kind of go through a little guide here on how to book flights using Cathay Pacific. So it's really not much more than what I told you. You kind of go over the awards charts, all the partner airlines that you can possibly fly, and then actually booking it. So like I said, here's that flight request form if you're going to do it online, and then here's the phone number if you're trying to call them up. So like I said, there are two different phone numbers. One's for United States, and then there's another one for, looks like the Hong Kong office. So again, great resource, Upgraded Points. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, but yeah, I love their website, and they keep everything up to date too. So if you just come up here to the very top of the article here, you'll see that it was last updated on January 5th, 2021. So, if you're looking at a specific airline, you just go ahead and bookmark the page, and just know when you come back to it several months down the line, it's going to be the same information, and hopefully just update it. So great website. If you guys know anyone at Upgraded Points, tell them bravo on the website. I don't think they have a YouTube channel, which is unfortunate. I think they would do a pretty good job explaining some of this themselves. But again, guys, I will probably do some more walkthroughs with you, more like hypothetical stuff with you guys on, just going through the booking process for flights, because that is the most complex part when it comes to any of this credit card travel hacks, is booking the actual flight, just because there's so many moving parts and it's always so different with different airlines. So, if you guys have any trips that are coming up and you want me to kind of run through some hypotheticals on your trips, leave a comment down below and I might choose it to definitely walk through in a video. But thanks for watching, guys. I know this video was a little bit long, but I really appreciate it. Be sure to smash that like button, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.